Justices. I'm the Deputy Director of the Adult Unit. And
John Shott, Criminal Justice Advisory Board, Probation Services.
Good morning.
Good morning.
good morning.
You may proceed.
Thank you, Chairman Ames. I'm here this morning to ask your permission to submit a grant to the Pennsylvania Commission on Crime and Delinquency for $150,000 in federal funding to help defray part of the cost of operating and maintaining the newly established day reporting center here in Lebanon County. More specifically, the funding would be used to pay for the salary and benefits of the probation officer, adult probation officer assigned to supervise DRC clients on a full-time basis. This federal grant year would not start until October, even though we have to submit it at the end of March. It would actually start in October. By that time, we fully expect that the number of participants at the DRC will continue to grow and will justify really a full-time officer there to supervise those who are participating in that program. And the balance of the grant funding then would be used to defray or would go toward the invoicing that we receive every month from Pennsylvania Counseling Services. As you know, that's the licensed consultant that has been contracted with the county to operate the day reporting center. Part of the grant guidelines is that we have to show that this is part of a collaborative effort, and I think that we can certainly do that. Talking about a DRC has been going on for several years. It started with the CJAB, prioritizing that in the 2013 strategic plan. The Lebanon County Offender Reentry Coalition has been supportive of this effort. We had the site visitations a few years ago to DRCs in Franklin and Dauphin counties to get a firsthand view of how they manage their programs. And other agencies have been involved and are now participating or offering their services to DRC clients, like the RAISE project is one that comes to mind. So it is a collaborative effort, and I think we can make that case, and also the fact that the county initiated this project without the benefit of startup grant or federal grant funds from the state or federal government. And I hope that that is really a plus for us to show that the county is taking a really proactive step to add this to the intermediate punishment plan and offer a viable alternative to offenders, an alternative to incarceration for offenders, and an opportunity to get things back on track and make a successful entry back into the community. So this is due on the 26th of March, and I respectfully ask your permission to submit that grant application on that date.
Well, you certainly have me convinced, John.
Oh, thank you. Well, just hope the commission is convinced, the other commission.
I make a motion to approve the application for the Vern Justice Assistance Grant in the amount of $150,000 for the purpose of our day reporting center.
I'll second the motion.
What comment?
Just, John, that was a great summary and a good recap. Does this have an opportunity for future requests? From other day reporting centers, do they look to submit this every year, or is this just a one-time opportunity?
Well, according to the grant guidelines, there may be an opportunity to submit a continual application after the fiscal year is over, but at 70% of the grant funding that you've been awarded, which we could reapply for unless those guidelines change, which is always possible. I mean, year to year, that can be a long time when it comes to grants and guidelines and what kind of money is available. But yeah, there could be an opportunity for us to reapply for grant funding for the following fiscal year.
And I know a lot of factors go into the average daily census at the prison, but I think this is the first time in a long time it's dipped right around 500. And we have to give some credit to the day reporting center for diverting prisoners or potential prisoners to that program. So
yes.
I think we see at least the potential for greater things in terms of training and so on. So thank you.
Yeah, and we have made those statements in the narratives that we're preparing. So,
Commissioner Litz.
Could you give us an update on the number of participants in the day reporting center at this time?
I believe we are in the 30s at this point in time. We've seen a steady increase. We had maybe one speed bump where we had a few removed.
And when will we hit the 40 number?
It's hard to say. I know on our end of things, we are using that as a referral at the time of violation hearings to avoid incarceration. We're referring appropriate people to the day reporting center, but we also get people who are sentenced directly into it by the judges, so it just depends on the court days and the number of sentences that day.
It's a magic number for us for break even, so,
Yeah, that's right.
yeah.
And Sally Barry had indicated that she and Pennsylvania Counseling are gonna come in and give
Oh.
an update. I think they were planning for March. I think Kim's out for some time.
She is.
So when she's back in.
Okay, Gordon, did you have a question?
Well, Joellen sort of asked what I was going to ask. However, I just am curious. For what kind of infractions is one removed from the day reporting center program?
I believe we had 2 people that received new criminal charges. Nothing violent, but nonetheless something that we felt they needed to be
You
removed.
said new charges?
New criminal charges.
Okay.
Yes.
Thank you.